place to shop this weekend. We were going to one of our favorite antique stores, and on the way, I happened to see this older white house. Looked like it was having a sale, like maybe a yard sale. But then I noticed that there was a sign in the front yard, and it said antiques. Like it was an antique store. So of course, was circled back and went in. And so now I found this lovely person that owns this antique store in an old house. And I'm going to tell you more about it and show you also what I got because it was some great bargains. So welcome if you have been here before. If you haven't, I am Eva and I sell vintage on Etsy Marketplace. I have sold on other marketplaces, but right now I am just on Etsy. I make these YouTube videos of just fun stuff. Some of it's about reselling. Some of it's about shopping. Some of it sometimes is about decorating because honestly, it's just whatever. It's a hodgepodge. Before I show you the shopping haul, I've got 4 orders here that just came in overnight. So I was going to show you what just sold on my Etsy vintage shop in case you were wondering. The crazy thing is everything that sold overnight is going to California. Not the same person, not the same town, huge state, but everything is going to California and I'm in Tennessee. So it's got a little ways to travel. One of the things that sold were these sweet little, I call them chipmunks, squirrels. I'm not sure. I think they are Lefton, but when I bought them, they did not have their original sticker on them, but they're in really great condition. Those are going off. Next thing I sold overnight was this sweet little pig planter. It's got a little marking on there. I don't know what that company is, but it was in really great condition. And it has the little thing on the bottom. So when you water it, it'll hold like a little bit of water in there. And look at his little tail. It was so cute. And then even though we are deep into April, about to go into May, I sold a Christmas plate. So here is your reminder that Christmas sells all year long. Now it doesn't sell as much as it does in like October and the fall season, but I've had this sweet little Linux plate for a while and it's called, I think it's called Santa's Gift of Peace. And it was, like a collection of plates from Linux. And these are just decorative plates. They're not for food use, but a really pretty design on that. Or with the theme of like the weather that we're getting ready to start having here in the South is this cool convex plate, Florida plate. It was just like a Giftco corporation. So, but it's like a porcelain plate. And then you can kind of tell it's raised. It has that dome convex type glass. And then under it is like this shell design. So the light is in this, so you can't see it that well, but it's made of shell. The little flamingo birds, or I'm not even sure. These are, I call them flamingos. They're probably like cranes. The entire inside of this is like Capiz shell, is like shells. Capiz or Kappas? I really don't know. I don't know. I mispronounce a lot of stuff. I'm very sorry, but it's really pretty. And so that just sold as well. So let's go see what I found on my shopping haul. This is kind of a weird spot to film. I'm in my kitchen. I'm in front of the window. I thought the lighting would be good, but this stuff going on behind me, there's just no, I need like an aesthetic pleasing background and I just don't have it. Anyway, let's jump into all the things that I bought. So I headed out this weekend with intentions of going to Bright's Antiques in Franklin, Kentucky. It's about 40 minutes from me. And just something in my heart was like, I haven't found anything in there in a while. I really don't know why I'm going. And as we were going by, we spotted this house. So I found this great place. It's called the Green Bean, and I will link her Facebook below. I don't think she has a website other than her Facebook. So anyway, she is also kind of like a reseller. She owns this house. It's like an older house. She kind of goes and cleans out like estates, I think. I'm not really sure. I talked to her a little bit, but it sounds like she travels. She cleans out estates. She just deals in antiques. So she has a lot of really great stuff, and it's just jam-packed full in this house. A lot of reasonably priced antiques, a lot of things that were priced like really, really low, and a lot of things that didn't have a price on it, but she said just like fill up a box, let me see it and I'll make you a deal. That's my favorite kind of thing, y'all. When somebody says fill up a box and I'll just make you a deal, I'm like, okay, because they usually give me a really good deal. I saw a lot of artwork on the walls when I got there, and I saw these and I knew they looked very much like Wedgwood, which I do believe they are. They're not marked, but they are in the original frames. They're the metal frames, and they were marked 2 for $10. So I did pick these up. There was a wall of like figurines. I love smalls because smalls are easy to ship. So I love me some smalls, and I do really well with like Homeco figurines, Joseph originals, which is what I'm about to show you. So this little girl is a little dusty, but she still has her original little paperwork, and she's got her May. This is for May, and she's got her May birthstone, which is emerald. And then she's marked with her Joseph's original. And right there, it tells you she's May. And I do really well with these. I've sold several. So, and she was marked nearly nothing. So in great condition. There wasn't any damage on her. So I picked her up. Saw some little Homeco figurines. So this one is a Homeco figurine. He has a little match to him. I think there was either another little turtle or maybe 3, but she just had 1. But if you can get these for like really cheap, these kind of smalls sell really well for me. I do really well with figurines. You're not getting rich off of them, but you are making a little bit of money. And then Easter was over, so all the Easter stuff was marked down. But this was just the sweetest little bunny figurine, and his lid comes off, so it's a trinket dish. Really great condition. Little bunny in his little egg cart, or like a little baby bunny. This is his little crib, maybe stroller, and he's Lefton. And so I got him for a really great price, so I think he'll do well. Even though Easter's over, I do sell a lot of Lefton figurines. There was a lot of stuff there I wanted. I did not get everything that I was looking at, but I did get most of the stuff that was very well priced. I got this really cool set of fruit glasses. They were in great condition. They have the heavy bottoms on them. So you have your cherry, your green apple, your orange, and your lemon. So I got this set for nearly nothing. So I think I'll do well with these. I have sold these once before, and they did sell, so we shall see how they do. I love vintage glassware, but I normally now just pick it up if it's something that I haven't seen in a while, or if it's like colors that are very desirable, which in my Etsy shop, what's desirable, or with my buyers, is the mid-century modern, like aqua and pink, or like that, like aqua blue and white, or something like that, or just like a design that is hard to find, like the starburst design, anything that's very like 50s retro diner looking. Those are the ones that sell fast for me. But also florals sell well, butterfly glasses, anything like that, and fruit glasses sell. And with summer coming, this is like a really cool little set, I think, for summertime. If you're entertaining or you're just having like a little get together, I think this is really refreshing. And then I got this little trinket box, which is also Wedgwood, and it is marked. This is the darker blue. Usually it's like that light blue or the light pink, that Jasper wear. But I've seen these before. That's a little bit of sticker residue right there, so that'll come off easy. So it was in really great condition, so I got it to see how that does. I sell a lot of Wedgwood type things, usually dishes. I sell Wedgwood plates, like the collectible plates. But in my experience, this is desirable. So very exciting, but that is all I got at that place. I could have probably gotten a lot more. It is one of those places where you do want to take cash, because if you have to use a debit card or a credit card or something, they are going to charge you that extra percentage, because they get charged for actually using it. When I was getting ready to check out, I was like, and I don't have cash, unfortunately, like I'm gonna have to use a card. And she was fine with that. She had like a little square thing that you know, the Apple Square thing that you can swipe on your phone. But she said, or you can do Venmo. And I was like, Venmo? I was like, if you take Venmo, let me do that. And it's like so quick. Just keep in mind, if you're out shopping, if you probably already do this, but I'm just saying, I always forget. But if you're at a yard sale or anything like that, and you just don't happen to see something, but you don't happen to have enough cash for you, ask them if you'll take Venmo. From there, we decided to go to White House, Tennessee, and go to one of my favorite places there, which is the Tennessee Flea Mall. And it is more like a flea market, but I always find good vintage in there as well. So we went in there and I found this really cool bread. I want to look this up and see if you can bake in this. This is Metlocks, which It's called like Poppy Trail Metlocks. You'll see the like the little marking on the back. But I want to see if this is actually like a bakeable thing. I'll have to look that up, because if it is, it's really cool. If not, you bake your bread and you could put it in here. And I think that would be so cute. It's got this on each side. How pretty would that be? Right now, I don't know about your area, but right now, like sourdough bread, all of that is like really big. And all of these little flea markets or antique malls that I go to have like a little section in the front where home bakers can bring in their items for resale. So there'll be a lot of like cinnamon rolls and a lot of bread, like a lot of sourdough bread and flavored breads. But I thought that was really pretty. And I want to say it was marked $19.99, but this booth was 50% off. So for $10, I got this, and it's in great condition. No chips or anything. But I personally, I feel like this might sell. I did look it up online. There are a lot of them for sale. But you know what? These are one of those things, if it doesn't sell, I will use it. And that is the best thing to buy, because it's never going to go to waste, okay? In that same booth that was 50% off, I found a lot of stuff. So I found this little guy. Isn't he cool? He is a little lobster, and he is marked made in Czechoslovakia on the bottom. And what he is like a little butter dish. So I think you probably put melted butter in it or whatever, but you could probably put anything in it. You could use it as a trinket dish, but I mean, I don't know if you want that on your dresser as a trinket dish, but what it was marked as, and what I think I've looked it up as, is like a butter dish. So you could put melted butter in here or whatever for your lobster, if you so desired, if you have lobster. But anyway, kind of cool. Would look really neat in like a beach house or something like that. Also in the 50% off, I saw some treasure craft. I love me some treasure craft. Now, I like to find it when it doesn't really have like the Hawaii or like the state. This one's like a state souvenir, but it does have the treasure craft mark on the back. But this one has the butterfly. It was in really good condition, and it's kind of like, I think it's a spoon rest, because I've had these before. Even though it's not shaped like a spoon, I have picked these up before. And if not, it could be like a little trinket dish or something. But it may sell. A lot of people collect treasure craft. They collect it even if it has a different state on it. If they don't necessarily live in Hawaii, maybe they visited Hawaii back in the day and they didn't get a souvenir and they want to buy a little vintage souvenir. You never know. I don't question it. We don't question it as resellers. We just buy what the people want. So I just picked this up because it was really cute. It's very vibrant. I've seen these before. It's a trivet, and it has like a Bible verse on it. And then this also has like, it's 1997. It has like the artist, and then it has like the Bible verse. This one's Galatians 5:22-23. It also has it on the back. Really great condition, and these make really cute gifts. So got this for nearly nothing, and I just thought it was really pretty. It has the love, joy, peace, patience, kindness. It has the fruits of the spirit. So I just thought that was really cool. Then my husband saw this and picked it up. I would not have normally picked this up, because in my opinion, every time I've seen these, I didn't think they sold well. It says made in Thailand. It's not very old. It might be like 90s, 80s, 90s maybe. He picked it up because it was like really, really cheap. And he was like, he thought we could resell it. There was quite a few on the market on eBay and Etsy, so I'm not sure like how popular they are as far as like actually selling, but I will say there are quite a few online. But I think we got it for cheap enough that we can offer it for cheaper. And that way, if someone is looking for it, perhaps maybe we could get it to them for a better offer than them spending more than what they've seen out there, if that makes sense. Then I saw this little cheery, dreary, weary. I've seen this before. This is the salt and pepper shaker, and it's got the little lady. Get this out for you. So it's salt and pepper shaker, and it's really cute because it has like the pink fridge. And then the little lady, I've seen her before because this one is Deary is cheery, but then when you turn it around, Deary is weary. So, you know, based on your mood that day, you might be cheery, you might be weary, but it's in really great condition, salt and pepper shaker. And so in the original box, and not sure of the date. It's not super old. I think it's novelty enough, like the novelty of it is enough that it would be a good gift item. And I like to pick up things that people can use as a gift. This item, I'm not sure if it was vintage. I think it's a reproduction, but I got this really cool pink glass cake holder. So I got it because it was marked really cheap, and I'm probably gonna give it to my daughter, but I do have a lot of pink stuff in my kitchen, so I may keep it as well. Oldest daughter loves baking cakes and stuff. She also is a big lover of pink, and I just thought it was so pretty to maybe start her a little collection of cake stands, because I wanna say I've given her one already that was my mom's, but I don't think it was pink. So I'll ask her again if she has a pink one. If she doesn't, I'm gonna give her this one. If not, I'll keep it here to use. We did find 2 cool brass items because we always do well with brass, and it is like a big seller, and you can always get, and you can usually get pretty good money for it. Found a brass deer. Now this one's kind of large and he's heavy. There were 2 of them. I just bought one because they weren't like a matching pair. They were actually the identical pair. There was another one exactly like him, and so if there was one like pointing a different direction or a different pose, I would have got them as a set. But I just picked this one up. He is in really good condition. Now he does have some patina on him and everything, but people that buy the brass usually don't care much about that. They like that it's got a little wear to it. So we're gonna see how he does. I looked him up. I only found one other one that was similar to him, and he was selling for pretty decent. So I'm going to see how he does. I saw this really cool sundial. So I've seen these before. And they're basically just used as decoration, but actually hang them up, or you can use it as a sundial. But this one is time flies, but it's also spelled, you know, time like the actual herb. So I think that you could use it as kitchen decor. It's got 1760 on it, and like the everything's in really great condition on it, and we got it for a really great deal. And these sell for a lot online. I've seen quite a few of these that sell for a lot. It's got some weight to it as well, so we got that. Those were my 2 brass items, the deer and this, that I picked up. That is all I got. Not a huge haul, but a really good haul, and also felt good to get out. I love finding new stores, but it was good to get out and share with you guys another haul. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, I would love for you to subscribe. I have a lot of different things going on. It is very hard with YouTube to figure out what do people want to see. So if you have a suggestion, put it in the comments below or message me, because I just did a last video where I did a Goodwill haul. I do not find hardly any kind of hard goods at Goodwill anymore, but I did find a clothing haul, and I'm wearing one of my shirts today, y'all. And I call this like my sherbet shirt because it reminds me of like rainbow sherbet. It's like peach and pink. It makes me so happy. Found another set of my vintage Avon jewelry. I think these were Avon. I'm not quite sure. They might not have been, but I did have them as a child, and they're just little pink hearts with like a white outline on them. If you haven't seen that, my last video, I was talking about I am starting to look for some Avon jewelry that I had when I was a child. Also been trying to wear more jewelry lately because my mom always did. It makes me feel close to her. She's no longer with me, but this was a ring that I gave her. I got this ring out today too because I thought it looked really cool with the sherbet. But this ring I actually bought her. This is her birthstone, which is like citrine. I mean, I kept it because it was hers, but I never really worn it because I'm like, it is kind of a birthstone ring. But then I thought, how cool does it look? It would look good with gold, but it actually looks good with peach too. So I thought that was cool. And then this little ring is an opal that I don't know if this is Avon. I would have to look and see. It might be Avon. It's a simulated opal, and then just some little crystals on each side, or little rhinestones or crystals. And of course it's just like gold plated. It's not real gold, but also another one where I really like the colors in it. I like that opal color. Please come back and have fun with me. It's not, most of my stuff's about reselling. I do add a little bit of stuff in here. We are doing stuff lately. Daughter's getting married next April, my youngest daughter. And so we have just under a year to plan this wedding and getting into some fun things of like some DIYs that we're doing for the wedding. So if I'm ever working on those, if you guys like crafting and things like that, I will share that with you as well. Until next time, take care of yourself. I really appreciate you. Please come back and spend some time with me again, and I'll see you soon.